Hi, I'm Sydney, and I'm going to be watching Army of Darkness for the first time. I recently saw Send Help from Sam Raimi, and it just gave me that reminder nudge that I really should have seen Army of Darkness by this point. If you want to see my reaction to Evil Dead 2 that I filmed some years back, you can check it out. That film had a pretty severe shift into comedy compared to the first film, which I didn't really see coming. I didn't understand at the time that Evil Dead 2, due to some licensing issues, I believe, they basically kind of just did a reimagining of the first film. That was kind of a throw off for me. But if Army of Darkness has 50% of what's in store for compared to like the last movie in regards to practical effects, special effects, comedy, chaos, then this is going to be an exciting ride. Yeah, his hand gone. It's kind of funny. Couldn't that just slip out?
And I am a slave. I had a real life once. I had a wonderful girlfriend, Linda.
It's funny that they're giving us another sort of reminder, another recap, even though the past two movies have been the same story.
Necronomicon Ex Mortis, the book of the...
It's interesting that the book looks a little bit different.
It took Linda. And then it came for me. It got into my hand.
This looks all refilmed too compared to the second one. Like they refilmed it again. Oh my gosh, was Bruce Campbell at this point like, how many times can I do this? I do remember this shot of him. Yeah, I think that's the same shot as the last one. For some reason, I'm very struck by it, of him in the car landing at the same time. I wish I could see a behind the scenes of that. It's interesting here in this scene, it looks like the camera lens is just dirty, but they were probably filming on film, so...
He who's prophesied to fall from the heavens and deliver us from the terrors of the Deadites.
Is that, Mr. Snickers bar with a fork? God, what is his name? Mr. Putman? Mr. Pittman? It looks like that castle is superimposed, I'm guessing, just based off... I was kind of looking at it for a while. I was like, what is going on in this shot? I think it's just because that castle was superimposed or something, I think.
Where is my brother? Did he not ride with you?
Aye.
That's not Miss Honey and 13 Ghosts, Elizabeth or whatever, is it? I don't think so. I think it just looks a lot like her. I don't think so. I don't think it's her.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants. I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but two things right now. Jack and shit.
I think we're in full Ash mode. First film, he comes across a lot more normal, I guess. Last film, we got our first groovy, a little bit of that attitude. And now I'm guessing this, we're gonna just go full send on the Ash.
May God have mercy upon your souls.
God's name! What else?
Do they have a bunch of Deadites in there? Yeah, I'm guessing so. God. Okay. I mean, honestly, that death is gonna be better than getting thrown in the pit, so I'd make a run for it too. Pretty horrible place to stumble into. Jeez. Front flip. They always do those extreme close-up shots of his face. Oh my god. Okay. So this film, I definitely need to have the mindset of we're in camp, horror humor. Don't take this too seriously, which I tend to do. Nice. Boop. Yep. Yes. Okay. Oh. Who is this? Okay, so without trying to take it too seriously, logistical question is that I don't think that pit would contain the Deadites in the way that they currently are doing so, because the Deadites are just beyond physics in that way. I think they would crawl very easily or just like fly out. But you know, we'll just go with it.
The next one of you primates even touches me. Yeah!
He's gonna run out of bullets. So, oh, it did. What was I just saying? God, I think that girl might be Miss Honey. I'm gonna have to look afterwards to confirm that.
An unholy book which we also require. Within its pages are passages that can send you back to your time.
You shall never obtain the Necronomicon!
It's a trick.
I think he's getting more obviously educated about the Deadites and
Yo, she-bitch. Let's go.
I think he's a little desensitized to them. Like he's still like ah, but he's not so petrified maybe.
Groovy.
Okay, nice. Now they've kind of implemented a way for him to be able to utilize his real hand. When they have his hand gone, obviously his arm looks just a little few inches longer than the other one, which is fine at this point because they're just going for the bit. But now, at least this way, the actor can use his hand a little more organically.
And I made this for thee.
Good, I could use a horse blanket.
That looked like a real hard slap. Jeez, the way she hit him.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Oh my god. What the heck? Okay, that is so funny.
If I get that book, you send me back. After that, I'm history.
In this film, there's a little bit more of a clear plot. What's the word? Like motivation for Ash instead of just survive. It's get the book to the people so he can go back to his home. Like it's interesting. This one is definitely standing out. Here we go. Whoa, the wood splitting. That was really cool. The amount of times this man has had to scream like that. Woo. Okay, that's one way to break it. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Ah! Okay, we're in a straight up Looney Tunes cartoon right now.
Falling down!
My fair lady, ha!
Okay, is this Home Alone or is this Evil Dead? What is going on right now? Oh, that one guy wasn't even... Wow, interesting. Okay, the guy on the left in the last shot was not Bruce Campbell. I wonder if in most of those shots, when it was few of them, there was only one Bruce Campbell and then lookalikes. I didn't honestly really notice, which is good.
Oh!
What the heck? Double Ash.
What are you?
I'm bad, Ash. And you're good, Ash. You're goody little two shoes. You're goody little two shoes.
Yeah, you can... The effects aren't quite there, but it's fun to see them go for it. And this is also a huge sort of opportunity for Bruce Campbell to just do so many fun things.
I'm the guy with the gun.
Yeah, see, like, that's not him dragging. I don't think. That was, yeah, it's interesting the way they use doubles. In another movie, as if... I feel like this has been portrayed in another movie, but again, because this is Army of Darkness, it's not that serious. That I think that would be kind of traumatic to kill a version of yourself. But I loved the, humor this is able to take, that he's just on to the next. Sam Raimi, I mean, they're both lucky to have found each other, but he's so fortunate to have found Bruce Campbell to fill this role in the original. I don't know that he would have successfully been able to turn this into the franchise it is without Bruce Campbell. So much of this is leaning on his charisma. I don't know. Maybe it still could have happened, but it wouldn't be the same.
3 books.
Oh my gosh, what the heck? Okay, I think I've seen it behind. Yeah, I've seen a image of this before. This is crazy.
Whoa.
Klaatu, Miranda.
I'm certain that's her. That's, the one. I don't know her name. I didn't know she was in this, and that's kind of amazing. She's in so many movies that I love. Not an insane amount, but I loved Artificial Intelligence, not Artificial Intelligence. I like that movie too. Bicentennial Man. I always loved that movie growing up. Of course, 13 Ghosts. Those are like the 2 pivotal ones for me. And then, of course, she's in Matilda. I always thought she was just so pretty as a kid, though, especially in Bicentennial Man. I was just like, oh, she's so pretty. Okay, yeah, if they can keep the plot moving along just a little bit more, then I'll get more into it. I'm enjoying the movie a lot so far, but I personally get a little bit over the slapstickiness, just a little bit. But it's also delightful to watch. Okay, see, like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, Grace. Get the fuck out of my face.
Oh my gosh, jeez.
When you removed the Necronomicon from the cradle, did you speak the words?
Yeah, basically.
When thou misspoke the words, the army of the dead awoke.
Yeah, this movie, all of them, I think I remember this about the last one as well. He does a good job of finding the balance between chaos, camera movement, fighting, and then there's a breath. There's some dialogue. We get some momentum in the plot. And then we jump back to chaos. I feel like this movie, if the pacing could really... this movie basically could very easily become too slow or too...
Oh, Sheila, don't you get it? It's over. I didn't have what it took.
Yeah, these guys are new. I think that there was one of these at the end of the last one, these flying Deadite things.
I shall command every worm-infested son of a bitch that ever died in battle. You there, handsomely now.
Okay, we've never really seen the Deadites interact with one another without other people around. And I don't know that these are technically Deadites, the skeletons, but these evil, creature people.
Give me some sugar, baby.
Okay, yeah, because this is evil Ash. I wasn't 100% sure.
That's it. We got plans for you, girly girl!
What the heck? Were these just like naked women come out of nowhere? What the heck? I almost assume though that the Deadites were in a shared consciousness almost. So it's interesting to see them have one of them, you know, having to lead the army and give orders and stuff like that.
I say we stay here and fight it out.
Are all men from the future loud-mouthed braggarts?
Nope. Just me, baby. Just me.
Very Johnny Bravo. Just me, baby. The way he says baby.
Well, my dear, say hello to the boys.
Oh no.
Oh, there's a sight for sore bones.
The makeup is so extensive on Bad Ash. It looks, you know, like a lot of prosthetic. But I would guess that's Bruce Campbell in there still. It's hard to tell though. Oh my gosh, the Fangoria and the Coca-Cola. Especially that Fangoria, that's really funny. But yeah, of course, he has just a Chemistry 101 book in his trunk, you know? I actually love that they're demonstrating this. Oh.
Maybe. Just maybe my boys can stop him from getting the book.
Can you imagine if there was an Evil Dead ride? Because I was just getting Pirates of the Caribbean vibes with all the skeletons, which they all look practical, which is amazing, and I love it so much. I'm trying to think of who owns the Evil Dead IP now. Who was the last movie from? I can't remember. But, ooh, an Evil Dead ride would be so fun. It would have to be a roller coaster. I could see it being an indoor dark coaster. Almost kind of like the Mummy at Universal. Or, you know, where maybe there's some sort of intro and you're in the cabin and then you're in the woods. Oh my gosh, that would be so crazy. Yeah, you're going super fast through the forest and then the Deadites come at you and then, oh my gosh, there's so many ideas that could happen with that. What? Oh my gosh, there was straight up just a guy wearing a skeleton mask there. Oh my gosh. That was a cool shot. Yeah, those skeletons exploding look cool.
Pick yourselves up and Sally fuck! Sally fuck! Sally forth.
Why does he have like, yeah, he had almost like a pirate accent for a second. Did I miss it? I'm just reflecting back, and when Bad Ash grew out of Ash, when I edit this, I'll be able to check, but I can't recall what caused that to happen other than the fact that he was just in that cemetery mountain area that was basically evil territory. And thinking back to the last film as well, he had evil Ash, like Deadite Ash, that would sometimes take form, but I don't know what, like, is that something still lingering within him? Or obviously he cut his arm off when his arm got infected, but yeah, how is that evil connected to Ash?
Say hello to the 21st century.
Okay, that car is sick. I've never seen this before. Uh-oh. The evil always weaponizes his women against him. Okay, maybe she's safe in the pit, actually.
The raid! The raid! Duke Henry and his men have...
Oh, okay. I thought that was more Deadites. I was like, oh, they're screwed.
Come to Papa.
Get him!
Yes. It's very interesting how this film right now does not feel like an Evil Dead film at all. We're not really seeing any Deadites in the true sense. We're just kind of seeing the living dead. This feels like almost a classic medieval action adventure film. Obviously there's supernatural evil stuff mixed in that, but this fighting sequence is very much giving adventure film. Yeah, is there any saving her? I don't know that he's ever really been able to... Well, no, he hasn't been able to save any of the women. I wonder if this one... Because this movie feels a little different. I wonder if he'll be able to kind of recover her from the possession because of the book and all that.
You're going down. Yeah! I'm going up.
It's interesting too that Bad Ash has two hands, which I don't recall when he first sprouted out if he had two hands or not. Which I guess could make sense because he's... I don't know. Does anything make sense? I'll take it. Yeah, here I'm starting to hit a point where I'm like, okay, they're fighting and fighting and fighting, and the choreography is amazing, and all this setup and the stunt work and the puppetry. There's so many amazing elements here, so it feels so cruel and rude to be like, okay, let's go. You know what I mean? But I'm feeling a little bit of that. When his head popped like that, it reminded me of the old, was it the Burger King Ghostbusters toy they used to have where the jaw would open and then the eyes would pop out? If you know, you know. Okay, so how's Ash getting back?
Clatu verata nicto, thou shalt awaken in thine own time.
Okay, in thine own time. Exactly when in thine own time? Before the cabin, right where he left off? Where is he gonna wake up?
I thought about staying.
Did you say the words right this time?
Well, maybe I didn't say every single tiny little syllable, no, but basically I said them, yeah.
Why? Basically, and last time it was basically, there were consequences to that. Oh boy.
Who the hell are you?
Name's Ash.
I'll swallow your soul!
Come get some.
I was wondering when we were gonna hear that again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Deadites I think are definitely the scariest compared to that other part of the third act we saw. Like the skeletons and just Bad Ash. The Deadites like this are freaky.
But in my own way, I am king.
Hail to the king, baby.
There it is, okay. Was that last clerk with Ash at the end, was that Ivan Raimi or something? Because he looked familiar. Oh yeah, March of the Dead theme by Danny Elfman. I forget that did he do the theme and the other ones too? I don't remember. Yeah, Embeth, that's her. Bridget Fonda? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, maybe I don't think she was in the other ones, but I know her because she's in Single White Female, right? So that was Army of Darkness, and I am not 100% sure. I'm going to look up right now what the other movies are, if there are. Oh my gosh, so I think I have seen all the Evil Dead movies. That's crazy, because I've seen the first one the most. I reacted to the second one. And then, okay, I'd seen the first one growing up a handful of times. I saw the remake that came out in 2013, which is actually quite good, probably around the time it had come out, or maybe 2014 or 15. I saw Evil Dead Rise in theaters when it came out in 2023, and then I'd seen Evil Dead 2 a while back when I did the thing. And it says there's another one coming out, Evil Dead Burn, this year? What? And it's coming out in July. Wow, that's so interesting. Well, I'll definitely have to see that in theaters. But getting back to Army of Darkness, it is a very fun film. It's amazing to see what also probably did well for its time, because the movies that are coming out today for theater releases in this renaissance of horror, everything tends to be, and everything is obviously an exaggeration, but a lot of stuff seems to be very grounded, very smart, very well made film, if that makes sense. And the films that I'm aware of that tend to be a little bit more leaning into the humor of the genre in a very slapstick way are the ones that are more streaming. I wonder what the reception of this at the time was when it came out. I know this movie is so beloved now by at least horror fans. I'm so intrigued to hear what the progression of Ash's character was between Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, what that collaboration was like, because I mentioned it during the movie, but his transformation from the first film to this one is quite distinctive. And from what I've seen in interviews with Bruce Campbell, I think a lot of his extrovertedness seems to melt into Ash. And from interviews I've seen with Sam Raimi, just from Send Help and maybe some other ones in the past, he seems more of a mellow person, whereas Bruce Campbell is a storyteller when he's performative, at least, when he's with fans. So it feels like Bruce Campbell had possibly a lot of influence on how Ash was developed. This movie is classified as a horror comedy on Google. I would dare throw in horror adventure comedy. Something about the genre for this film feels more like an adventure film, because we're dealing with, it's like if a kid in King Arthur's court with zombie evil. Yeah, I don't know. The genre is so different. I'm also just saying now, too, sidetracking, that the gentleman's store clerk at the end was Ted Raimi. I'm guessing that's his brother. Yeah, it's his brother. Sam Raimi's brother. Okay. And I very much recognize him. He's been in other stuff that I've seen. So that's really cool. This feels like a good movie to watch with a group of friends, eating popcorn and being silly, or like a good theater watch too, laughing with an audience. I don't think that watching this by myself had the same effect that it would watching it with a group. I am very impressed is not the right word, close, but like delighted. I'm trying to think of another word than that, but the effects in this movie make me very happy despite how pretty bad some of them are. They use a really wonderful combination of practical makeup, costume effect, green screen, stop motion, puppeteering. Like, they throw it all on the page, and that is something we just don't see anymore. So the fact that some of them don't hold up, I very much excuse, because it just makes me so happy to see them incorporated. Evil Dead 2, I remember having the feeling, while they started to lean into comedy, I still had that feeling of, oh wow, this is still kind of devastating though, watching him lose his mind, and his girlfriend, is it Linda in that one too maybe? She comes back from the grave and she's like, help me, and like he wants to free her soul. There's an element of tragedy still at the base of what's happening, even though it's presented in a way that's so just over the top cuckoo. Whereas this one, I had no like emotional attachments to what was going on, or the romance or anything like that. It just felt like a silly good time. Is it jumping the shark though? I think that's going to depend on the viewer. I could see some people being absolutely tickled by this movie and love it, and I could see how some people might just think it's too schlocky. We do miss out on some of the core elements of what I think Evil Dead is because the first two films are so similar. I wish I would have seen a little bit more Deadite action in that third act in the battle. I wish there was a way they could have, and maybe they're all considered Deadites, but hopefully you know what I mean as far as the true version. Like, what if when the skeletons were attacking his people, when they killed them, what if those people came back as Deadites and then joined their army? Like, I don't know, that element of Evil Dead kind of got lost towards the end a little bit, and then they just brought it back for the very end at least to tie it together. Something that they did not hold back on though was the physicality of Bruce Campbell. What is required of him in these movies is so extreme. It looks exhausting, but he looks effortless in it. He looks so committed, and I wonder how freaking hard these were to make as an actor. I wonder if he was just destroyed each day going home because the amount of energy and some of that stunt work totally looked like him. So I absolutely will be looking up interviews with him, and hopefully Sam Raimi has some too after this, because I just want to hear them talk about making these movies. I think that's the thing that I'm most impressed about when I watch this movie. To be honest, this isn't a movie. The first one the most. Second one, I was kind of confused because I was catching up on what the heck was happening. And this one, I think I'm less caught up in the story of it as I am just captivated by the filmmaking of it. Again, my eye is drawn to the effects and the location, and I'm looking at, because it's a period piece, I'm kind of looking at, it's so interesting seeing Ash in this setting, and I don't know, there's so many elements in the film that I'm kind of just more curious about how it was made than enjoying the actual product. So I don't know what that says about how I'm watching the movie. Whereas if I watched it with a group of people again, I think I would have just been able to just enjoy it. But overall, I'm gonna say I liked it. I didn't love it. I'm not a diehard fan now that's gonna watch this every year. But I can say I've already been a Bruce Campbell fan just from the little I have seen from the first two films, and then other little clips I've seen of him at different conventions. And I had watched a few episodes of Ash vs. Evil Dead years ago, and I've always just been like, man, I really like this guy. Same with Sam Raimi. I'm like, I just like them so much, and that bleeds into the content that they make and the films that they make. Content, that really gross, but into the films they make. So I can't separate that. I like it. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I'm glad I finally watched this movie. It is way overdue that I have to watch this movie. I probably won't make reactions to the other two films of the remakes or not remakes, but reboots, because I've already seen them and whatever, but I'm sure I'll do a review of the new one when it comes out in theaters. But this pretty much kind of closes out my Evil Dead rewatch unless I visit the show in the future. So let me know if there's another franchise you'd be interested in having me check out. I was thinking of probably the next series I do be the Child's Play series. I have seen a handful of those. Big fan. But there are some holes in that franchise where I haven't seen them, so I thought maybe I should just go through all those movies. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I was tempted to close it out by saying something like stay groovy, but I just can't pull it off like Bruce Campbell, so I'm just gonna say bye. Okay, bye.